Hello everyone guys, today I want to dedicate my video reviewing the results of this kind of fake referendum which Russia did in occupied Ukrainian territories, and there are a couple of interesting things which I would like to pinpoint for you and just bring your attention to this. First of all, thanks for watching my previous video and commenting, writing your thoughts and ideas. Besides people which I consider somehow pro-Russian trolls who was writing that these people want to live in Russia, what's your problem, and so on. There are people who say that yes, for sure this voting is wrong, because you cannot bring soldiers with guns and knock people's doors and ask what you want to vote. It's clearly that people will vote that yes, we support whatever you want, just don't kill us. In reality, the wrong idea is coming much more in root of this kind of referendum or voting or whatever you want to call it. Just because a group of people, which is right now on specific territory, they have no right to decide for the whole nation what should happen with its territory. Okay, so yesterday voting finished, and me and a lot of my viewers in the comments under my videos were predicting results, and we were thinking it would be something like 85%, 86%, but Russians exceeded all expectations and they draw that Donetsk Republic vote 99%, so-called Donetsk Republic. The so-called Luhansk Republic voted 98%, occupied territories of Zaporizhia 93%, and Kherson area 87%. Let us just discuss more this thing, because this is very interesting, even just looking and understanding what's the case behind that. So let's start with so-called Donetsk People Republic. Ukraine is not a federal country. We don't have autonomical republics. The one is only Crimea. All other regions, this is totally administrative division for better management. Those areas doesn't have any kind of historical backgrounds. They don't have any kind of national division, nothing. So it's all the same territory of Ukraine, divided by regions just for better management, for easier management somehow. There is one region in Ukraine called Donetsk region. So here is a very great website called deepstatemap.live. So I guess if you're interested in current things, what's happening in Ukraine, you should refer to this map. This is very useful. And here you can see the whole territory of Ukraine, and nowadays how is it? It's like that. This territory, this is this red, this is not Ukrainian, this is occupied Moldova territory with also some kind of unrecognized republic. This territory, this is all Ukrainian. Green, this is territories which was recently occupied by Russians and they got liberated by Ukrainian army. Red territories, this is the one which is right now occupied by Russia. And this pink territory, this is so-called Donetsk and Luhansk Republic. So what is Donetsk region, as I was saying to you? So Donetsk region, this is, if you will watch, this is a border. It comes like this, like that, over there to here and to here. This territory, this is Donetsk region. So you can see that even right now it is 50% occupied, and before it was even this territory, before Russia invaded Ukraine in 24 February, this territory with Mariupol, and you most likely already heard this city name a lot, this territory was totally under control of Ukraine since ever. And this small part, only this one, this is something called Donetsk People Republic. So it's an area which Russians was able to grab, and they claim that this people is suffering from Ukrainian government so much. They are having genocide of these people, Ukraine bombing them 8 years, yeah, exactly, only this territory. And the only one which is occupied by Russians, because, for example, this territory, which is also Donetsk region, but it was under control of Ukraine, Ukrainians didn't bomb them for 8 years. I don't know why, because based on the idea that all bad Ukrainian government hate all Donetsk people, then actually all territory should be bombed, not just the one which is occupied by Russia. Anyway, so this is something so-called Donetsk Republic, which doesn't really cover all Donetsk region. And if you will look at this territory, this used to be Luhansk Republic, and Luhansk region, it goes here, here, and over there. So all this region is Luhansk region, and this territory used to be occupied since 2014, and this is exactly the one which is called Luhansk Republic. And this territory of Luhansk region was under control of Ukraine again all the time, and those people didn't suffer from genocide as per Russian idea, and those people only on these occupied areas, they was bombed during 8 years, and that's why they really want to ask Russia to save them. So actually basically what we see, that because of this part, which is as per Russian ideas is suffering so much from Ukrainian government, they decide to bomb all Ukrainian territory, destroy schools, kill people, civilians, kids. They go, they occupy around Kiev, they murder people, torture and rape and all this. This is all with the idea to save exactly this small part of nation which is so much suffering from Ukrainians, and at the same time occupy all these areas. And they actually want to occupy also this Odessa region and at least the Zaporizhia region. They really dream to occupy Kharkiv area so much, and claim that these people also suffering from Ukrainian government and they want to be part of Russia, but it didn't happen and they wasn't able to succeed, and now almost all territory of Kharkiv region is totally free from Russian invaders. So as you understand, people, Donetsk people who was voting to be joined to Russia, this is even not all population of Donetsk region, it's just occupied areas. So even based on logic, if you want all region to vote, then you need to organize voting in all areas, not just on occupied one. Don't forget to mention the fact that most of population of those areas left occupied territories. Many of them for sure moved to other Ukrainian territories, and Mariupol by itself was having 500,000 people, and now there is something like 10,000 people or 20,000 people left. All others, the city is totally destroyed. So most of people moved to Ukraine. Some people were evacuated to Russia. So actually on these territories right now there is nobody living, because this is a front line, there are fightings, there is no place to live because everything is destroyed, but they're organizing some kind of voting for joining. Another interesting thing about Zaporizhia region. So as per Russian reports, all people of Zaporizhia region, which is actually, as I showed you here, is partially only occupied. In general, they said 66% of all the population vote take part in this election. And in reality, Zaporizhia has about 1.6 million people, the Zaporizhia region. 750,000 lives in Zaporizhia, which is at all under Ukrainian territory, under Ukrainian authority. And 80% of the region at all left, and this is officially they left because they registered in other Ukrainian territories as displaced people. So even if Russia want to have something like 51% of votes of Zaporizhia only population somehow, which is claimed from the beginning, all these occupied areas should vote at all. So it's physically not possible because people are not living there. This is very dangerous and everybody left, nobody stays there. Yeah, another funny video which appeared in internet, it's how Russians was counting this so-called referendum votes, and we can see clearly that most of the papers are without anything, they're empty, so nobody write anything. Anyway, they write, they didn't write, it doesn't make any sense. The whole election doesn't make any sense because, as I already said, there is no such power. A group of people cannot vote and decide the things for the whole nation. So what will happen now? There are a lot of experts talking that on 30th of September, Putin will announce that those territories will be joined to Russia, they will vote, they will make it part of Russia, and after that they will consider that this territory is Russian, and any kind of threat to Russian territory, this is nuclear attacks or nuclear answer. This is different topic. I really want to make another video about that, because this is very interesting. I will just tell you a funny thing, that Ukraine actually give up her nuclear weapon and give it all to Russia, with a promise from Russia, which signed papers that Russia agree with Ukrainian borders for sure, and they promise to protect they promise to protect Ukrainian borders. And now this nuclear country is threatening Ukraine, which doesn't have even a nuclear weapon, to go and explode, I don't know what, everything and whatever, just because, yes, they are threatening Russian territory. Anyway, there is a lot of thoughts it will happen, it will not happen. There is a lot of preparation already started from Ukrainian side, so I will make another video about that. But just write me, what do you think will happen? Is it really escalation? Is the things getting worse? Or this is already the end of at least Putin's power, and this is his last attempts to do anything before he will totally disappear from political arena. Very interesting to listen to your opinion, guys. I really value your comments, so please write me in the comments what do you think. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel to watch next video about all this situation.